it's been. But before we even go any further or delve deep into the bit of the stories that have taken place here and there, my name is Julie F. Nantaba with Robert Chirabo Nyonyintona. Pleasure to be here with you on the other side. Robert, good morning.
Good morning, Julie.
Are you well?
What is that called, that dress?
It's a dress.
It's a dress?
Yeah.
Okay, you know, there is one that when I one time went out for journalistic purposes.
That statement, please continue.
No, I went to some hangout for journalistic purposes because we must talk about things you know very well.
Yeah.
So I had heard people talk about Uganda in East Africa having the best nightlife.
Yes.
So as a journalist, I had to bar hop these places, and it was a Friday like today. You know, bar hopping. I was riding one place from one to
another,
and I saw women put on something called a shirt dress.
Dress shirt.
It's called a dress shirt.
Yes.
Pardon me for that. But my friend, Uganda's nightlife indeed.
Yeah, this too is a dress shirt.
I need to have.
It's still decent.
I was very deep in the Lord's Prayer. Lead us not into temptation, deliver us from evil.
And the same Bible that has that prayer says, "Flee, flee." But anyways, the week has been quite the week.
Yes.
Different stories from eulogizing the late General Moses Ali to women elections, LC1 elections that were yesterday. A lot has been happening. Of course, arrests here and there do continue. Amolata District chairperson, NRM chairperson, was also arrested, for playing with funds. Must have been for health. I don't remember which exact sector, but was arrested. Lots of things happening, and the National Cleaning Day that was launched. Which story made your week?
Well, General Moses Ali. I got to know so much about this man.
Yes.
And I got to know so much how he was loved. It reminds me of Jose Chameleone's song, Basimo Ogenze. You know, Moses Ali was unique in one way. Of late, we've seen prominent people die. People that have taken position in governments or government. And the social media is awash with negative criticism. I want to tell you, we didn't see any of that kind when it came to General Moses.
I know. That's unique.
I went to Naguru. I'd gone to visit a friend there. But the community where he was staying, he had a testimony. So it shows you can still be in leadership, still have all the bodyguards, because all this time he was in power. For me, yes, I have gotten to know Moses Ali when he's
Yes.
You can still be in power, and the communities around you love, like you, for not stealing what belongs to them. You can still be in power, and you don't grab people's land.
And they will see it.
You don't arrest.
They'll attest.
You don't cause arrest for nothing. There is some famous TikToker I'm seeing. This lady, because of proximity to power, she's abused obscenity to everybody. She will attack you out of the blue. Abuse. And once the affected reply, an arrest is executed. You know? Now, when such people vacate this planet, why do you blame others for rejoicing? But this man, for me, that was the best example, even to me as low as I am, say that Robert, never. For me, the legacy I take home, the president talked about love for our country, one who liked peace, one who liked development, but General Moses Ali was a role model for people in power. Someone is just appointed working in a security organization with just a piece, and it becomes a problem. So
very interesting at that.
Now,
looking, yes, please.
The other story also is the National Cleaning Day.
Yes.
And the Prime Minister emphasized we must stop those 3 hours.
7 to 10 a.m.
must stop, and we clean. Now, I want to see that happen.
Now, I really want to see that happen, but I wonder how realistic it is, given the nature of our working cycle as Ugandans. Some people probably work till late night. Of course, you know the nightlife, especially on a Friday. I wonder who will easily wake up at 7 a.m. out of their beds, unless it will become a law that you'll be canned out of your bed. But I don't know how it is. a.m. Yet many people, you find that Saturdays it's when they wake up at 9, at 10, when the exercise is ending. Those are times people wake up later than usual. So I wonder what that looks like. But somebody also asked me a question, and of course I did not have the answer to, but perhaps as Ugandans, in our nature, we love convenience. You find that wherever there is convenience, a Ugandan will invest. And one asked, is it possible for us to pay someone to clean?
You're just taking me back to the days. You know, this country has developed. People may not understand or see certain things. But for me, when I was growing up, I know, Julie, you didn't see these things. Maybe you did. We didn't have this water by National Water and Sewage Corporation. Piped water, like today we do almost everywhere. Now, we had tankers that, okay, it could rain, then you tap that water, it goes in a tank. Those that could afford. But we had wells. Now, for these wells, there was a drum, I hope I remember, it would sound, Sagara Garamide, Sagara Garamide. Now, if you had that drum, it would mean it is time for community work, more so cleaning the well. I was in Sebuku here. Now, when that Sagara Garamide, everybody, because you collect water in the village, rich or poor, would come, you slash around, you check, you know. But I don't want to use the word rich, but those families, I remember what my dad used to do. He couldn't clean, but he would come, be around, and facilitate. So for he's around his scene.
To be part of the activity.
For me, here is some 10K. Right. You would either have a village chairperson, so you would be there physically, you would give something.
Some support.
Yes, it's not bad, and I'm going to be very honest. Saturday I'm going to be where there is cleaning.
Right.
I'm not going to touch even a broom. But at least I'll make sure I have a 50K.
You can support.
I can support.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
Yes.
And indeed, we look forward to what tomorrow will look like on the National Cleaning Day. The National Cleaning Day will always be, according to the Prime Minister, will always be every last Saturday of the month, starting 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Bulungi Bwansi it is for Uganda. Now, on that note, Robert, let's have a look at what the local scene carries for our updates this morning.
I better start with that very story. Now, government has announced a mandatory National Cleaning Day exercise to be conducted every Saturday of the end of every month. The National Cleaning Day exercise will start on the 25th of July on Saturday this week. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabbanja, announced this national program yesterday at her office in Kampala. Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabbanja, announced a mandatory cleaning day. The government has directed the local council leaders to mobilize all Ugandans to participate in the exercise. The Prime Minister announced sanctions to whoever fails to comply with the set guidelines of the National Cleaning Day. According to the Minister of Health, Dr. Chris Badiomunsi, the exercise will help Ugandans in reducing the country's disease burden. The Uganda Police Force has received 4 new marine vessels to strengthen water patrols, search and rescue operations across the country. The newly acquired vessels are designed for speed and efficiency, making them suitable for both security and rescue missions while remaining easy to maintain. The commandant of the Marine Force, Sulaimani Kirungi, said the new vessels will significantly improve operational capacity and response to emergencies on water. The Marine Police has 315 personnel with 100 police probationers, constables, PPCs, recently deployed to reinforce marine operations. Despite the boost, the force continues to face challenges, including inadequate docking facilities and an effective communication system, all of which are critical for timely rescue operations. The Director of Operations, AIGP Frank Mwesigwa, said that the acquired vessels will be deployed on Lake Choga, Victoria and Edward as the police awaits delivery of 5 additional vessels under this financial year to bring the total to 9. The Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, urged the marine officers to use the vessels responsibly and intensify efforts against illegal activities on water. He also revealed plans to establish a marine police training school to professionalize marine policing and strengthen specialized training within the country. Moving forward, the Police High Command said it will prioritize improved accommodation, training, and logistical support for marine officers. Road safety is increasingly being viewed as a more than a transport concern. The Uganda Human Rights Commission said it is fundamentally about protecting the rights to life. Commissioner Crispin Kaheru said every preventable road death is a failure to protect human rights. Every journey begins with hope. As road clashes continue to claim lives that experts say could have been saved, the Uganda Human Rights Commission now wants the conversation to change. The Commission believes preventing road clashes is just as important as responding to them, but responsibility does not result or rest with the police alone. Drivers, transport operators, engineers, schools, and every road user has a role in creating safe roads. The call comes amidst renewed concern over recruiting and reoccurring fatal clashes, many linked to reckless driving, poor vehicle condition, and disregard for traffic regulations. Protecting lives before they are lost remains the highest expression of both security and human rights. Kaheru insists that every journey is a victory worth pursuing. Now, this story regarding the Uganda Human Rights Commission just reminds me when they were before Parliament. And you couldn't believe these were commissioners. The drama. The verbal artillery. You know?
It's a soap opera. A soap a Telemundo. We are watching that in the sphere of...
me, it was a shame seeing people of that caliber. Go to verbal artillery, trivial issues, before. No.
Sad indeed. Anyways, let's move on to more of the stories that we have on the local scene, right? Or we are now heading to the foreign scene. Now, the foreign scene, we are looking at fires, wildfires, starting with wildfires in France. And more than 200,000 residents and holiday makers have been forced to flee southwest. About 800 firefighters were battling the flames some 50 kilometers west of Bordeaux on Thursday, with hundreds of gendarmes and soldiers joining the operation. Firefighting planes have been dumping water since the blaze erupted on Wednesday. Officials and residents said the fire appeared to have been started by a brush clearing machine. The fire began in the village of Semos before advancing towards Lake Cap Ferret. Known for its sand dunes, psychopaths, and oyster shacks, Lake Cap Ferret is popular with French stars. The blaze advanced quickly through a dense pine forest, ripping through 3,400 hectares, an area about 5 times the size of Gibraltar, firefighters said. 3 houses were scorched by the flames and a caravan destroyed, but no casualties have been reported so far. Now let's move on. The United States said Thursday it would slap new tariffs on dozens of countries over allegations of lax enforcement of forced labor bans. The levies range from 10% to 12.5% and impact major economies like China, India, and the European Union. Quote unquote, the United States has had a forced labor import. The United States has had a forced labor import ban for nearly a century and rigorously enforces it. It's well past time for our trading partners to do the same, said U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. Today's action will begin to correct what is both a human rights abuse and distortive trade practice to improve the welfare of workers everywhere, he added. The new duties will take effect Friday, just as a temporary 10% global tariff expires. Now, the move is the latest bid to restore President Donald Trump's push for sweeping global tariffs after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down his reciprocal duties in February. In response, Trump imposed a temporary 10% tariff under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974, a law meant to quell balance of payments crisis for 150 days that expires on Friday. The White House had been expected to use a new legal justification for further duties. All right, now onto the continent. The father of a teenager from Guinea with sickle cell disease who died days after he was arrested for cheating in an exam has told the BBC he blames the authorities for his death. Mamadou Jomaba, 17, was transferred to hospital after his health deteriorated while in prison and later died under the care of his treating physician, according to the prosecutor. His father, Mamadou Saliuba, has called for an investigation, telling the BBC that his son did not receive good medical care in detention. People with sickle cell are often at an increased risk of contracting, which is when red blood cells cannot carry enough oxygen around the body. Sickle cell disease is a lifelong illness common in people of African descent and caused by a faulty gene that produces unusually shaped red blood cells that can become stuck in blood vessels. This can lead to severely painful episodes, which experts say can sometimes be prevented by wrapping up warm and drinking plenty of fluid, and daily antibiotics can reduce risk of infections. Other treatments can include blood transfusions. All right, let's move on. I wonder, cheating in an exam got this teen into jail. There were a 17-year, moreover, there were no other means of punishment. Anyways,
now
I guess different countries with different...
That sets precedent. Just imagine. Every end of an academic year in Uganda, we have PLE, we have senior 4, senior 6 exams.
And these kids are arrested.
And guess what happens? We have results that are withheld because of cheating.
Yeah.
Just imagine in Uganda if people were being arrested.
Children were being arrested.
Yes, I want to tell you, a child would not accept, would report the teacher. No teacher would risk, no parent would risk, because some cheating, even parents are involved.
That's true.
So,
anyways,
laws set precedent and solve problems.
Sad
now, who
story,
dare to cheat again?
A sad story, though, that young man passed away ultimately due to sickle cell disease. Let's have a look at what we have in the dailies this morning, Robert.
Well, in the dailies, new license fees for lecturers. Policy takes effect immediately. Lecturers, tutors speak out. And still in the New Vision this morning, HIV high-risk people embrace injection. Would you go for that injection, Julie?
Lena Caperville? No, I'm not a high-risk person, so no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, government declares National Cleaning Day, and NRM dominates women council polls. These local councils, don't joke with NRM there. They always win. My who's stem from corrupt MPs Wangadia. She comes out there. Now URC boss grilled over missing wagons and the land. Also Uganda Railways Corporation. Remember when they brought those wagons that could not turn? And we spent a lot of money on them. Does delaying burial violate Islamic rules? What a big question. Well, you're not a Shekati, I won't ask. And let me just end it at that.
All right, now quick look at what the rest of the dailies have. Looking at Tanzania there. The Citizen, Tanzania joins global push to protect children. Online, Tanzania is moving closer to introducing special SIM cards for children as part of a growing global effort to protect minors from online abuse, harmful content, and other digital risks. Very interesting one. Uganda, when are we helping on this one? And the new findings warn of rising diabetes burden by 2050. Also, exports, not local demand, fuel domestic industrial expansion, and how a decade of reforms under Mkapa changed Tanzania's economic path. But also, government woos investors across key sectors ahead of London bond listing. Now, looking at the Daily Nation, that is representing Kenya, cold-blooded killers. The convicts face long prison sentences. Wonder who this is that the story is regarding? Well, get yourself a copy of the Daily Nation. But I don't know, Robert, if you've watched the video regarding the teacher who was killed in Kenya last year. Must have been last year or early this year, one of the two. That teacher died from the police cell. It shows a video of police officers dragging his body out of the police cell after having done something, dragging him into a cell, then someone coming out with blood on their palms, and then a group of people pulling his body out of the cell. Very sad at that. Well, that brings us to the end of what we have on the dailies, but I believe we also do have something from the Gazette this morning, that is this Friday morning, as of the do we? Not yet. We'll definitely be looking into it in just a bit, but also we do have a conversation regarding the aftermath of the LC1 women elections yesterday. And as you've heard Robert say, that NRM has really dominated as a winner in most of the villages. One of our own, Robert, Solomon Seranja, contesting for chairman Bamutakude village in Mukono North. 28th, he will be having people queue behind him to be the chairperson, village chairperson of Bamutakude village.
A quick one. One, I'm proud of Solomon.
I am, me too.
Why? I've always said that people of substance,
of stature, should take up these positions.
People of stature. You go to a minister's village, just using, not saying that is the fact. And when the chairperson comes out, Bamujana Mubara. You know,
yes.
He knows nothing regarding the law. He has no exposure. So when we see such people come out, Solomon,
we are proud of you.
We are proud of you. But also I want to call upon Ugandans. You know sometimes why people of substance and stature we leave politics.
Then you wonder, but now Uganda, Mwagalachi.
Please, let's change how we vote. Vote people with ability. In that village, unless there is any other, but I highly doubt that is suitable than Seranja. So vote people. Abagendo bongerako.
Add
vote people who have connections.
Indeed.
Vote
well,
now yes, let me tell you, Judy,
anyways, Robert,
embarrassing. When the person who has defeated you,
in the interest of time, let's take a short break. We'll be right back with another conversation, of course, regarding that. So be part of the show. Save the number 0709602592, and we'll be enjoying this conversation. Good morning. Good morning, Uganda. It is a Friday. Finally, the weekend is here, but it doesn't mean that the weekend must not be productive. That's why even on a Good Morning Uganda Friday edition, we make sure that the vision remains to inspire Uganda, as it is for UBC TV. Coming to you live from the Nile Avenue. What a week it's been. But before we even go any further or delve deep into the bit of the stories that have taken place here and there, my name is Julie F. Nantaba with Robert Chirabo Nyonyinton. A pleasure to be here with you on the other side. Robert, good morning.
Good morning, Julie.
Are you well?
What is that called? That dress?
It's a dress.
It's a dress.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, there is one that when I one time went out for journalistic purposes.
A statement, but please continue.
No, I went to some hangout for journalistic purposes because we must talk about things you know very well. Yeah. So I had people talk about Uganda in East Africa having the best nightlife.
Yes.
So as a journalist, I had to bar hop these places, and it was a Friday like today. You know, bar hopping. I was riding one place from
another,
and I saw women put on something called a shirt dress.
Dress shirt.
It's called a dress shirt.
Yes.
Pardon me for that. But my friend, Uganda's nightlife indeed.
Yeah, this too is a dress shirt.
I need to have.
It's still decent.
I was very deep in the Lord's Prayer. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil.
And the same Bible that has that prayer says, "Flee, flee." But anyways, the week has been quite the week.
Yes.
Different stories from eulogizing the late General Moses Ali to women elections, LC1 elections that were yesterday. A lot has been happening. Of course, arrests here and there do continue. Amolata District chairperson, NRM chairperson was also arrested, for playing with funds, must have been for health. I don't remember which exact sector, but was arrested. Lots of things happening, and the National Cleaning Day that was launched. Which story made your week?
Well, General Moses Ali, I got to know so much about this man.
Yes.
And I got to know so much how he was loved. It reminds me of Jose Chameleone's song, Basimo Ogenza. You know, Moses Ali was unique in one way. Of late, we've seen prominent people die. People that have taken position in governments or government. And the social media is awash with negative criticism. I want to tell you, we didn't see any of that kind when it came to General Moses.
I know, that's unique.
I went to Naguru. I'd gone to visit a friend there. But the community where he was staying, he had a testimony. So it shows you can still be in leadership, still have all the bodyguards, because all this time he was in power. For me, yes, I have gotten to know Moses Ali.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning, Uganda. Welcome back from that short break. It is the Friday edition, but we keep inspiring you anyways because you need it. Now, over 71,214 villages across Uganda yesterday exercised their right. That is when it comes to women elections at the local council level, village level, where women leaders at the local council level were elected, queued behind to choose who would represent these women at the village level. I watched stories over the news and it looked like women exercised their rights. A lot of chaos in quite a number of places. You would still wonder, even in an election where it involves one being queued behind and counting is head counting, complaints of being cheated, very chaotic. But ultimately the winners won. And as they say, the winner takes it all. From the stories I watched, NRM had sweeping wins thereon. And that's why we do have the Right Honorable Richard Todong to speak to us on the aftermath, especially with what the NRM statement made at the Women Local Council village elections, and how has NRM performed in recent Women Council elections in your view? Do share 0709602592 and to our X as well at UBCTV Uganda, and the hashtag is UBCGMU. My name is Julie F. Nantaba with Robert Chirabo Nyonyintono, and over the phone it's the Right Honorable Richard Todong. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, Julie, and good morning, Robert. Good morning, Ugandans.
Always a pleasure having you.
Yes.
And I think I'll start with the behind-the-scenes question that we were trying to chew on with Robert. That the NRM is really dominating local council grassroots elections so far.
First of all, I bring you greetings from Noya district, my district. I am still in the area because we deployed ourselves. Everybody went to different zones, and it's been a very wonderful experience for all of us. And yes, to say the least, there are two reasons, really, actually three, that one can speak about. One is that over the years, the people have understood NRM very well, especially the grassroots. The ordinary persons understand NRM extremely well. When we speak of peace and stability in the country, you go to any village of this country, people are very peaceful and sleeping peacefully in their villages. The little wealth they're creating in the villages, nobody's grabbing from them, they are happy. I've been moving around, you see people time. Life is in the village. Come down to the people and enjoy life in the village. They are producing, they are not stressed, they have products in the market, they are listening to the president's messages, the gardens are busy. And so that is one, the peace and stability that we see in the country. Two, over the years, I've understood the history of the Resistance Council, the history of representation of the people that NRM introduced. Because initially, before NRM, governance was from top-bottom. The center would appoint leaders to every parts of the country, and those leaders would be only responsible for central government administration. They were more autocratic and authoritative to the people. But when NRM came, that narrative changed a little, that the national resistance movement introduced the Resistance Council that improved the representation of the people from down upwards. That now we decided to be electing people who would represent their colleagues at every decision-making table, from the village, the parish, sub-county, district, up to the national level. That approach of people's voice being heard and they be represented is another plus to NRM government. Then, of course, the other thing is about the organization. The party is organized. We have structures up to the village level. These structures have leaders, and we don't even need to struggle to look for who should vote for, mobilize for us. I come to an area, I call all my district leaders, I give them instructions. They go and call their sub-county leaders, they give instructions. The other ones will move to the parishes. So everywhere there is order, and we are organized in such a way that information can reach the last person very easily. And these are the reasons why we dominate. No political party in Uganda, I don't even think in Africa, can have or has the kind of structure that we have from the center to the village.
Now,
so already in yesterday's election, you should be aware that our women in Uganda already have 340-something thousand leaders elected at the base. Those are leaders only, because every village elected 5 leaders. You multiply that times the number of villages, you get about 46,000 leaders at the village level. Now, those will move at the parish to elect the parish leaders. Then the one who are going to be elected at the parish will move to the sub-county. So onward until we get them elected at the national level to have the chairperson and the executives of the Women Council.
Now, Honorable, among the factors you've not mentioned the money. It is said that also NRM having been in power, that your candidates are well facilitated. As the Secretary General, do you facilitate your candidates?
No, what is it, 10,000?
Oh.
we gave each of them 10,000. Now 10,000 is not even, but just for them to celebrate the victory, and their voters were contributing money for them. Let me tell you, from the experience I'm facing, there is too much politics at the village level that people don't know. And they know the characters of their people. I attended a village baraza 2 days ago before the election, and the villagers were telling the candidates exactly what they want the leaders to do. And they would even tell you that we know your characters, we know your manners. We are going to vote for you, but should you mess, we are going to remove you out because you like doing this and this. When government projects come, you don't inform us, you only inform your relatives. So it was a very good debate at the village level. Very open, transparent.
Then also someone would love to know, Honorable, for me this sweeping, there is something unique about women and NRM. What is that, Honorable? Because there is a way women believe and trust in NRM when you go to grassroots, when you go to the rural areas, that you simply can't understand. What is that magic?
Julie there will tell you by nature of them, women will trust those who love them. The NRM loves women. And indeed, we have done everything in our hands to really make sure the women of Uganda are comfortable. They have equal rights with the men. They are protected. Their children are protected. They have rights to leadership at all levels. We have even put in the constitution of the party and in the nation that there's a percentage of representation that women should have at all levels. So that has brought trust and respect to the women, and that is why they love NRM, because in other governments women are not heard about. They are not even put on the decision-making table. In Uganda we have the highest office, the vice president is a woman, the prime minister is a woman, the third deputy prime minister is a woman, and so many other. In every district we have a woman member of parliament elected specifically to represent the women. So we have this now. We are electing women leaders. The whole day was devoted for women to elect their leaders from the grassroots to the national level. Now, this is really something that shows dignity to the women.
All right. Honorable, and just to stay with that, yesterday had quite the turn-up for women to elect. They exercised their right in quite the large numbers, surprisingly so, because for many expected that it will have low voter turn-ups. But fortunately, actually, it was rather the different story. As the NRM party, what exactly does that statement make for you?
One is that people want to be represented by good people. And when the election was announced, the women were excited because they really wanted to have their own trusted people to lead them. But also it speaks to the mobilization we have done. The party mobilized so well, the information reached to the grassroots very well that there's going to be an election, and the election is going to be for the women, and it's going to be conducted like ABCD. And already, remember in the party we have Women League. The structure of the Women League is already in the party. So we use the Women's League of the party to mobilize the women to send information to every chair of the league at the district level, and it trickled to the grassroots. So that mobilization informed the women that there is going to be an election for the women, and indeed you could tell how busy they were and how excited the party was, and everywhere we went the party won massively in many of these areas.
Right. Now just allow me also remind our viewer that they are watching UBC TV. And how has NRM performed in the recent Women Council elections, in your opinion? What did you see at your village? Do share your opinions. 0709 602592, and also on to Alexander at UBC TV Uganda. The hashtag is UBCGMU. Now, Honorable, what are some of those regions that you saw NRM have performed in flying colors? Are you able to point out some of them?
No, all over the country. I've been following up to this morning. I'm still following. We have performed exceedingly well in many areas of the country.
71,214 villages.
Yes. Yeah, no. I'm telling you, we have won by a close margin of almost 90%, between 85 to 90%. We are still telling the results. In many of the areas, many women of NRM went unopposed. There were no people contesting against them in the villages. And in urban areas, there has been some little contest because of the population, because of the other parties also having representatives in those few areas. But the majority of the country, all over the country, the NRM structures took over the leadership because others did not even show up. We didn't. Like in my area in the north here, I didn't hear opposition. They were not even known in the villages that they exist. It was a contest within NRM and his NRM. It was NRM with the independent NRM, so there was nothing much.
But Honorable, some political analysts have also said that the way you structured NRM is as if it's indirect rigging of these local councils. One said already before we go into these local council elections, you will end up the NRM chairperson would automatically take that day. That the way you structured your party, it is very hard for you to be defeated because already your members are many. When it comes to the ground levels, you already have a structure that you just transfer into this national election.
That comes out of preparation. You know, when you are not prepared, you can't win anything. Even if, hello?
Getting you loud and clear, Honorable.
Yeah, even if the election was held and we have members prepared, you wouldn't have won. We wouldn't have won anywhere. So we were prepared. And the most important thing we did as a party, even before the general election, was that we went and did the voters register of the party. Membership register, and we have voters register of the party in each and every village, and then we digitalize this register. Now we know our members per village by their national IDs, by their details, their telephone numbers. So whenever there is anything that is coming, we just send information that go to your village, this is what is going to come. Participate. And that is all. And that is what has been happening. And so when the Electoral Commission comes with a program to come up with a voter register for women council election, our women league will know that we need to register this to participate. Whereas others are still running around looking for members. We already have members. We just tell go and register, and they register. When they are generating a register for the LC1s in the villages, we already have villages. We register. Our registers were done at the village level. And the Electoral Commission voter registers were done at the parish level. You get the difference. So for us, we were prepared even much better. We went deeper than the Electoral Commission. And that is why we dominated the ground, and we still dominate the ground, because we are at the base. We have taken charge of the villages. We have members in each and every village. We have 30 elected leaders at the village. Imagine, 30 elected party leaders at the village. That means every household in the village has a member of NRM who is a leader.
Very interesting. And now that takes me to the LC1 elections, 28th of this month. That is Tuesday next week?
Next week, yes.
If I'm
and they come with a candidate. We have been talking against that, and then you find others organizing along religious line. They are all NRM, but they say, no, the other ones are Catholic, for us we are Protestant, or we are Muslim, we are born again. That I've also detected in some of these areas. Then, of course, we had flag bearers elected long time. Another time when we were electing the party structures. So they overstayed. And in other places, some of these flag bearers already started working without authorization. And along the way, they made mistakes already. And so, and yet they already have a flag bearer. Then you find someone coming against them as independent. So, like I had a case where I went, the flag bearer committed himself on a land which had dispute and signed as a witness. And that was a big problem against him. So we have those kind of small issues that came along the way. But nevertheless, the majority are comfortable, the majority have no issues.
All right, how has the NRM performed in the recent women local council elections at your village especially? Do let us know and share your opinions with what you saw being exercised. 0709602592 by WhatsApp and on to Alexander at UBC TV Uganda. The hashtag is UBCJMU. Honorable, allow me get into a couple of comments that our viewer has shared. And the first one says, good morning, Uganda. Good morning, UBC. On the question you raised as to why villagers don't consider the rich or highly educated chairman, the reason is that the rich or the highly educated don't connect with the villagers well. Therefore, accessing them is really hard. And they are not one of us. We are the majority. This is Jensen in Mutungo, Kampala. And moving on, we do have, good morning, Julie and Chirabo, along and as well as Honorable Todwong. I am Phillips from Karamoja. May I ask the SG the following questions? Number one, why should our NRM party people intimidate other party members from standing as LC1 leaders? Are you aware? Number two, there was use of money secretly buying voters. Do we brag about this? Number three, the election of council used to start from LC1 to LC5. What happened these days? Oh, the election of council used to start from LC1 to LC5. What happened these days? Number four, what do LC5 councillors really do? I only see LC1s and LC3 councillors active. Number five, how are these LC outputs measured? Number six, finally, can we eliminate corruption? These LCs discriminate during PDM and a MIOGA registration. I'll stop at those comments and questions. Over to you. All right, Honorable.
Thank you. Let me answer those many questions. I can cluster them in a way that I can respond to very well. Number one, it's unfortunate that there are leaders who are intimidating members, and we did not know that that is not a party policy, but we already had flag bearers. And these flag bearers were elected a long time ago. And if someone was coming to contest against a flag bearer, definitely the party is against that, and that is not allowed. So I'm yet to understand the circumstances under which someone was intimidated. On the issue of use of money, I'm not aware that a lot of money is being used. But of course, I heard in urban areas where the stake is a bit higher, there are people who are using some bit of money, and have not got any concrete evidence about that. The only money that we send to the villages as a party was 10,000 per candidate, which we use always to facilitate every candidate that we give to the candidates at that level. So that I'm not aware. On the issue of election of councils that would go together with the national elections, you know, the LC1 election is at the village level. The other elections are at the parish level. The polling stations are at parish level, but for LCs and women council, these elections are at the village level. So combining the two would be a problem. And that is why an electoral commission record, the voter register, were done at the parishes, not at the villages. So combining the two, which has different electoral areas, would not be good. That's why they split the two. That we first elect those that are elected at the parish level according to polling stations around the country. Then we go to the base, which is the LC1 and the Women Council, which are supposed to be elected from the villages, because these we pick from villages, not at parish level. And I think that explains why the elections are done differently. On the issue of corruption, and I I think we have talked about corruption time and again. It's about individual characters, individual manners. It is the only thing with the corruption is we need to sensitize the public more to see that they detest those who are corrupt, and they make it risky for those who are corrupt to come and invest in their areas. And that is how we can be able to fight corruption, because we have talked, everybody talks about corruption. Even the person who asked the question talks about corruption. But again, what actions have you done in the area? Because the action should not be from up. The action should be within where you stay. The government projects that comes to your area, do you monitor them? Are they being implemented well? The schools, the UPE schools, do you go and check the number of children in schools? Do you see the conditions of the roads when government keeps sending roads and road equipment and money to your area? So it's a combination of the government and the people who should work against vices like corruption. The other one is about the last part of the question was about. I think I've answered most of the questions.
Right. Now, when we look at the women leaders that were elected, is there a plan to facilitate or prepare them for effective leadership during their tenure?
Yes, the moment the elections are done, these are structures under Ministry of Gender. I'm sure once they're elected up to the national level, the new executive of the Women Council now will see how best to give orientation to the women that have been elected at all levels. That now becomes a government function. But as a party, we give them orientation under the Women's League of the party. And then we have been doing that as a party. But for the national level, the Women's Council will get orientation through the Women Council Executive once the elections are complete, because these elections are in stages. After this now, the next phase will be on, I think, the 10th, where we shall be electing at parish level, and then we shall be electing at the sub-county and at the district. Then on for 3rd and 4th of September, we shall be electing them at the national level, where we shall now elect the national leaders of the Women's Council at the national level, and that closes the election of the Women Council members. So we know until the elections are complete that that can be handled.
Now, Honorable, also I want you to clarify on an issue that I found on ground regarding NRM. There is this confusion. Some are saying that if you've been the NRM flag bearer, no, the NRM chairperson of a particular village, and you contest for chairmanship, LC1, not NRM chairperson of that village, but chairman, LC1, and you win, that you're supposed to vacate the office of NRM chairperson. How is this handled?
Those are proposals that I hear people come with, but the party has not decided on that yet, and the party will have to discuss. The decision will always be made by the party executive, the Central Executive Committee. We need to study and see how many such cases are, because even at district level, we have leaders who are members of parliament and they're also district chairpersons. We have leaders who are ministers and they are the NRM district chairperson. So at the sub-county, the same thing. We have LC3 chairman and also chairman of the party at the sub-county level. So it is something that the party should discuss, whether we should detach our structure from the government structure or we should maintain it like that. It is something that the party can decide on, and we shall communicate to the members. But for now, there is no decision that stops anybody from being both.
Then also I want to take your view on this office of chairperson LC1. The fact that most of them have been NRM, and I highly believe, even in the coming election, that NRM may have sweeping victory, given your structures. But this office, Honorable, just a comment, I know, how better can it be facilitated to make more sense to the community? Because, for example, in urban centers, you find that these people sometimes are not facilitated at all, meaningful facilitation. They have to rent offices. There is so much that this office is holding, and yet it's very incapacitated.
The Ministry of Local Government was trying to suggest some little token of appreciation for the chairman. At the moment, I think there's only 10,000 that they get, I think, after about a period of time. But there is a proposal that they should see how best they can revise. But you see, it all comes with a resource envelope. You cannot 70 plus thousand leaders at the base. you will not have enough money to pay everybody. So that's why the president keeps talking of let us create wealth, because the personal wealth you create is what will give you comfort and joy more than the salary you expect to earn. So, but nevertheless, the government, the Minister of Local Government will respond to that effectively on how the LCs can be facilitated to do their work. But the only facilitation they need, to me, is the official stamp from government. It should be a government stamp that should be given to them, because at the moment, the kind of stamp they make, but government should be able to provide official government stamps for the LC1 of a particular village. And then thereafter, and maybe some, within the party, in the last, we bought bicycles for all our party chairmen of the villages. And maybe some little means of transport like a bicycle or but at the village also you don't go far. You are within the same particular area and you don't need the bicycle to move because the issues are within the locality that you can easily walk. So there's a lot of consideration that can be taken into, and I think government will advise at the right time over that.
All right, Honorable, allow me get into more comments and questions from our viewer. Muyimbwa Abdul, economist here, says following 40 years of President Museveni's call for Ugandans to embrace women emancipation and leadership, the message has reached ground. Muyimbwa Abdul again says this is a sign that the ground is now leveled for NRM to take over all LC1 positions at LC1, as a sign that the party has been winning for 40 years but being cheated by DP and NUP.
That's a good one. They know.
Another one from Katwesi Johnson in Kabowa says, good morning. If it comes to women elections, NRM is winning almost everywhere. It's because their wisdom level... Okay, let me read it as it is. It's because their wisdom level can't favor them. Imagine beyond the current situations enough and realize what and where we may be in future. Sometimes they just give their support due to excitement. They have no core responsibility. Like men, please. Katwesi J. Johnson. You're in Uganda. Okay, this sounds ruthless, though. I don't think I agree with your opinion.
But it's his opinion. He's entitled to it.
It's his opinion, and that means it carries his mother as well. Anyways, good morning, Ugandans. NRM victory election, especially in upcountry. Number one, low turn-up of women. This is due to threats and intimidations, especially during the barazas and campaigns. This gave the liberty to the few women to turn up for the election. For example, in my village, only 72 women voted, and yet we have over 8,000 women. All right. On behalf of the grassroots members, I extend sincere congratulations to the NRM leadership, from the village structures to the National Secretariat, to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. The resounding victory in the recent Women Council elections is a testimony that the party's programs of PDM and yoga and wealth creation are working. It also confirms that the mobilization from bottom to top is effective. We are confident that this momentum will translate into a landslide victory in the forthcoming LC1 and LC2 elections. Viva Todong, Viva Tanga. Shaban Ali in Soroti. And let me end it with Muslim Wamboba live in Manafwa. Here, the chairman of NRM at the village is intimidating voters that they are told to vote only flag bearers, and one supporter of NRM was beaten and is currently on medication at Bugobero Health Center due to them failing to share the 10K which was given to the whole village. Make him aware as well that the 10K has caused divisions already among the voters. That is to say, divide and rule. Over to you, right, Honorable. You know the Baganda have a saying that if you
10K for the entire village.
The 10K was not for the whole village. The 10K was for the candidate to enable him move to the village in case and be with these people. It's for the candidate to manage, not for the village. For the village, we send each village 100,000 shillings for the baraza, and that one, it was during the baraza where they were meeting, and the village would decide how to use the money. But it was just a token of appreciation to them. Now, the other one that I needed to respond to is somebody asked that there were many women in the villages, but only few voted. It is possible because we also had a concern with the Electoral Commission. Because Electoral Commission would have done more civic education to inform people that the voter register for the Women Council and LC election would be created separately and around this period. So when they were creating these registers, there was no enough information given to the people. So people did not register in the Electoral Commission register for the Women Council election and even for the LC elections. And so that was how many people were left out. And it wasn't an NRM problem, it was the National Electoral Commission, which did not do enough civic education to help people know and to register in time. Right. The other is about, of course, we know that we should vote for flag bearers only. We don't encourage independents. Even up to now, for the LC elections, we are encouraging members to vote for flag bearers of the party. In an area where there are violence, where there are intimidation, maybe there could be an independent candidate coming again as an NRM candidate. And that is something that we are discouraging. But still, even if we discourage, we're not telling them to be violent. Don't fight each other. Don't beat anybody. Just talk to them to understand that the party does not require you to come as an independent, because there's already official flag bearer of the party in that particular race.
All right, Honorable, what are your parting shots?
We are happy, and first of all, I congratulate the National Resistance Movement Party. We congratulate His Excellency the President, the National Chairman, and we thank him so much for the wonderful mobilization all over the country, because it was his ideas that we used to mobilize for this election. We are moving to the next phase of LCs, which is coming on Tuesday. We call upon all our supporters to make sure that we go on the polling day and also dominate the ground by electing NRM LC1 chairpersons in all the villages of Uganda. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much for your time this morning. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for viewing. Thank you so much for watching and following the conversation. Always a pleasure to know.
And I'm happy the network from the village is well. That tells you
how Uganda is developed. I am about 40 to 60 kilometers outside Gulu town, so it tells you nowhere. So Uganda is very developed.
I was about to doubt your location, Honorable.
I know, I've been to Noya. The network is really good. Yes, it's still good. We do appreciate you for not for voting, but for watching. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Good morning, Uganda does continue, the Friday edition. We still have a lot in store. So stay tuned. Let's have a short break and we'll be right back in just a bit. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo Clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned or what we have stopped is the use of container leaders. Now,
On Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world